الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله يا حي يا قيوم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعليه وتراته بيرد كل من منك أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه يا حي يا قيوم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. One thing I wanted to let the community know, if they had not already known, and this is part of the khutbah because it has affected me, and I keep thinking about it. We all may know of Asia Darbar. We have the current owner, a very good brother, Farouk, I believe his last name is. May Allah forgive me if I'm making a mistake with that. But the previous owner, his name was Muhammad Khan, and may Allah forgive me if I'm making a mistake with that too, but I'm pretty sure it was Muhammad Khan. He has had cancer for a few years, and a few weeks ago he finally passed away. And I did not come to know about it until after he had passed. I knew about his cancer, but I didn't know he had passed away. So we never know when we're going to go. We all think, including myself, if we all watch our thoughts, all of us think that we're going to be here forever. We're here, we're home. But we're not home. Our only home is, or the home that we're going to have that's longer than this is the qabr. We're going to be in our qabr longer than we're going to be alive. And Muhammad Khan, he took maybe more than a year. Right? It was more than a year for his cancer to finally be the cause of his biological death, but obviously it was the angel of death to take his soul, which was the cause of his death. I heard someone else, just today I was talking to my sister, and one of her friends' brothers had an ache in his shoulder, and found out he had cancer. Is there, Assalamu alaikum, brother, can we help? Can we help? Okay. He found out he had cancer, and 4 weeks later he passed away. The cancer, by the time he had this ache in his shoulder, the cancer was everywhere. So there was no turning back. For him, there was no treatments, it was just keeping him comfortable. So we never really know when we're going to go. So many years ago, I took Shahada, and I had to consciously think about what I was saying And even when I took Shahada, I did not even know of the 7 basic beliefs, right? So there was a wonderful man named Nafisul Rahman who gave me my Shahada. And he's sitting there reciting that. Before he was very, very logical man. Before he took my Shahada, he said, we have 7 basic beliefs, right? And, we have the angels of Allah. We have all the 7 basic beliefs, right? We have the oneness of Allah, we have the angels of Allah, books of Allah, prophets and messengers, book of destiny, last day of judgment, and life after death. I didn't even know about the Lawh Mahfuz, right? I was a non-practicing Christian at the time. I didn't know about that. But I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. If that's what it takes to be a Muslim, then that's fine, And then he informed me of what is Islam, right? Belief there is no God but Allah, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his last messenger. And then that very day, and then at that time, he told me about Salat, right? This is before my Shahada. He told me about Salat 5 times a day, on time. I was a non-Muslim in that masjid, right? And then I was told about Ramadan and Zakat and Hajj, right? I was told about all of these that day. And I said, okay. And then he gave, then I said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then I met my Amir here that very day. And alhamdulillah, since then he's been a lifelong companion, mashallah. Mashallah, I've had the honor of being in his company for a long time. But that very day, I did not even know the phrase Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Only children who don't know how to talk, who are Muslim children, don't know how to say that. Only children, young children, don't know how to say that. I did not know how to say that. They just said, say Allahu Akbar 3 times. Say Allahu Akbar, move. They showed me how to do Salat, all the movements, and they said, don't worry about the Arabic, just say Allahu Akbar. You can say that. That's all I knew. But the key was that I began to do Salat at that moment in time, right? And there are hadith where the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says the difference between kufr and iman is salat. And not salat done all at night. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, Allah, I'm too busy for you while I work. I have a boss. I can't do my prayer, my salat. I'll get to it when I get home. No. There's Fajr time. There's Zuhur time. Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. Right? This is when we do our salat. There's no excuses. Right? There's no excuses. There's a slight change when we travel. There are those who combine, or those who, we can do it right up to the time, right near the edge of the time. But we must be doing our salat 5 times a day. So let me just read some of the benefits of doing our salat. In Surah Al-Mudathir, ayah 42 through 48, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I'll read the translation, the people in the hellfire will be asked, what caused you to enter hellfire? They will say, we were not among those who prayed regularly on time. Then no intercession by intercessors will benefit them. Okay? The people of the hell, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the translation, the people in hell will be asked, what caused you to enter hellfire? They will say, we were not among those who prayed regularly on time. Then no intercession by intercessors will benefit them. The beloved of Allah, Hadrat Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the first thing that will be judged among a person's deeds on the day of judgment is salat. If that is not in good order, performed 5 times a day, on time since adulthood, they will, if that is in good order, they will pass the test and succeed. If that is defective, including delays in salat till the last minute or performing it until after expiry of time habitually, they will fail the test and will be losers. The beloved of Allah, Hadrat Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the difference between us and them, meaning non-Muslims, as I said earlier, is salat. If anyone abandons it, being irregular, missing one's salat daily or often, is considered abandonment. He has become an infidel. So this is such a basic subject. But the one lesson that I have learned in my life is that, the one habit that I have been taught is to always ask the question, what do I need to do to get to paradise? And the most important deed out of all of our deeds is our salat. It's not helping our wife. It's not even helping our mothers. It's not helping our fathers, taking someone somewhere, doing this shopping, going to work. All of those pale. And how do I know this? Because the first thing that will be judged among a person's deeds on the day of judgment is salat. If that is in good order, he will pass the test and succeed. It does not say, your mother and helping this person, taking that person there. It doesn't even say zakat, or it said they will succeed. If it is defective, they will fail the test. If our salat is defective, meaning done at the very last minute, habitually, and may Allah forgive me, I have done that, may Allah forgive me. So moving on. The beloved of Allah, Hadrat Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said, what lies between a man and kufr, disbelief, is the abandonment of salat. Next paragraph, to those of us who were in the dark or in doubt about matters about salat, we say with the utmost love, please wake up. For those of us who were in the dark or in doubt about the matters of salat, we say with the utmost love and respect, and these words are for me too, please wake up, especially me. I need to wake up the most. And for those of us who are, by the grace of Allah Azza wa Jal, perpetual in their salat, we supplicate to Him alone, Allah, to give you higher and higher levels in closeness to Him. Ameen. And add, please use this evidence to help all of those you know who are in grave danger, to perform their salat regularly. For this service, you will be utmost generously rewarded by Allah Azza wa Jal, those whose generosity knows no bounds. For the information conveyed so far, no doubts should be left in our minds that the 5 times salat is a precious gift from Allah Azza wa Jal, given to us through the beloved of Allah, Hadrat Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, during the Miraj ascent to the presence of the Rabb of power. This is why salat is referred to Mirajul Mu'mineen. The performance of 5 times salat on time is a compulsory duty of Muslims. In the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I'll read the translation, indeed, salat for mu'min at fixed times is fard. So we can't be doing them late, after work, save them all for when I get home. No, they must be done on time. And many years ago, when we used to go out for dawah, well, we still go out for dawah, but many years ago, we went to somebody's house, and we had been going to his house for years. He lives in a beautiful, huge house in Farmington. We had been going to his house for years. We've met him, we've met his son. No salat, very gracious, very friendly, very kind, but no salat. And then one day we go there, and I'm giving our Bayaan, and he interrupts me. And he says, I did Hajj. This is how long it was ago. Hajj, it was in December. He goes, I did Hajj. And now I know the difference between kufr and iman. Now I know. Before he didn't. Now he tastes iman. That is what iman is. He tastes iman. Anyone who denies salat is in kufr. And to deliberately perform it after its time is past, meaning qada, is a major sin. Abandonment or habitually not performing it, or performing it less than 5 times daily, takes us out of the fold of Islam. So this is all crucial for us. And the significance, and this also goes for me, the significance of performing salat in the masjid. Just a reminder. Here we go. Allah Azza wa Jal, the Most High, says, a day when the truth will be uncovered, and they will be called upon to prostrate, but they will not be able to, with their eyes cast down. Disgrace will overwhelm them, and before they will be called, and before they had been called upon to prostrate, while they were whole. Ibrahim Taimani radiallahu anhu says, in explanation, that they were called upon to perform the prescribed salat through the adhan and aqama, the second call to salat. Sayyid ibn Musaib radiallahu anhu says, they heard salat, come to salat, come to success, and they did not respond. Therefore, on the day of resurrection, disgrace and regret will cover them. May Allah prevent that from occurring to any of us. What can be a stronger and more suitable warning than this for those who choose not to perform their salat in Jumu'ah when they had the ability to do so? Remember, when we're in our graves, there's no coming back, right? And let's just imagine this. Let's be realistic. After in 100 years, when we don't know when the day of judgment is, obviously, but who knows when it is. But we pass away, 100 years goes by, who is going to be alive to remember us, to remember me? Who's going to be alive? My father passed away in 2018. I don't really talk about him as much as I used to. And then my kids, they only would meet him every year, every other year or so. He lived down in Florida, So how often are they going to be thinking about them? So how often are people going to be around to be making dua for us? Not very long. The only thing that we have, that we take with us into our graves, is our good deeds. The only money that we will be taking with us into our graves is the money we gave away in charity. The only clothes that we will have are the clothes that we wore the only clothes that we consider our own are clothes that we wore until they were, ripped and torn and could no longer function to cover us properly. That is all we will really have. Inshallah. سبحانك الله وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله يا حي يا قيوم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعليه وتراته بيرد كل من منك استغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه يا حي يا قيوم الحمد لله كما ينبغي لجلال وجهه وعظيم السلطان وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى أهله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد فيا عباد الله اتقوا الله تعالى ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم واحذروا بدع والمحدثات فإن شر الأمور محدثاتها وكل بدعة ضلالة ثم أعلموا أن الله سبحانه وتعالى أمركم بأمر بدأ فيه ونفسه فقال سبحانه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم بشير النذير والسراج المنير ورد اللهم عن الأربعة الخلفاء الراشدين أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن بقية الصحابة وعن التابعين والتابعي تابعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى اليوم الدين وأن معهم بعفوك وكمالك وإحسانك يا أرحم الراحمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى ينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم يتذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروا على نعمه يزدكم يذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون وأقيموا الصلاة